NaNoWriMo starts in 1 week, people. 1 week! 1 week! That's really soon, and I am not prepared. So I am participating in NaNoWriMo. I hope you are participating in NaNoWriMo, and I thought I would just talk a little bit about what I'm doing for NaNoWriMo and what I'm going to be doing video-wise throughout the month. So I think that mostly my videos throughout November are only going to be NaNoWriMo related. That's what it was last year, and I didn't really do that on purpose. I made weekly videos. I filmed every day and I put them together at the end of every week. The only reason I didn't do other videos was because I was writing, and when I wasn't writing I was putting together my videos, my NaNoWriMo videos. So if I have time before the end of the month to pre-film a few videos and edit them, then I will put those up throughout the month so that I will have maybe 2 videos up a week or 1 video up a week, and then sometimes there'll be a second one. So that's that, video-wise. Story-wise, I am going to be working on a novel that I started earlier this year. It is currently 32,000 words, so by writing 50,000 words I will basically be finishing it or getting very, very close to the end, because my novels are normally around 85,000 words, in and around there, so that's going to put me right in that area for this book. The only thing is, I have to really plot out what I want to do for the rest of the book, because there's a few things that I know I want to do. I know the direction I want the story to go in, and I know how I want it to end, but I don't have any of the pieces in between, or how I'm going to connect the pieces that I already know about, which is normally how I write. I have an idea of where I want the story to go, I know how I want it to end, and the rest of it is I just make up as I go along. But I can't really do that with NaNoWriMo. I can't do that when I only have a month to do it. I have to know what I'm doing. So I have to sit down and figure out what I'm doing with the rest of my book in order for this to work. And so I need to find the time to do that, which is good because I just got a part-time job on top of my full-time job, because I'm crazy apparently. And I haven't worked a lot over the last 2 weeks, but I worked 2 shifts the first week that I started there, and then I worked 3 shifts the next week, and the last week of October I don't work there at all. So I will just have my regular Monday to Friday retail job. Yes, I work a retail job and I only work Monday to Friday. I will probably, most likely, have time before November starts to sit down and do that. I need to finish making my Halloween costume though. And I hope that I'm not working too much throughout November at my other job. I really hope I'm only working once a week, if at all. So that I do have time to do this, because I really, really do want to complete it. For a 3rd time, I want my NaNoWriMo winter t-shirt. So, you're probably wondering what my book is about. This one is a little bit difficult for me to explain, because the thing that I want to say to start explaining it is not actually what it's about, and that's what people are always gonna hear. Like, they're just gonna hear the one thing that I say and be like, oh, it's that. But it's not! So, don't go, oh, it's that, when I say it, because it's the setting that makes people think that's what it's about. So the setting of my book is a zombie-ridden world, but it's not about people running away from zombies, or trying to cure zombies, or trying to save themselves from zombies. It just happens to be in a world where zombies are a thing, and they've kind of overrun everything. There's no electricity, there's no government or anything like that. It's just people fending for themselves, basically. And it's about one girl who is traveling with this guy, and she gets bitten by a zombie in the foot. And so the guy is like, well, I have to cut your foot off. And she's like, no, you're not cutting my foot off. And he's like, well, then you're going to become a zombie. And she's like, well, then I guess I'm going to become a zombie. And the infection travels up her leg, and she finally lets him cut it off, but by that point, it's already up to her knee, so he has to cut her leg off above the knee, and it is about them after that happens. So Just the fact that she has now a missing limb in a world where that is not accommodated, and in a world where the recovery of that is not necessarily great, because there are no doctors and hospitals and antibiotics and proper stitches and surgical tools and stuff. They're just out in the wilderness, basically, trying to survive getting her leg chopped off. And then after it heals and her learning to cope with that and deal with it and still live a life and be able to run away from zombies when they do show up, which is not often. It does happen, but that's not the whole main idea of, that's not what the story is about. It's about the two people. It's not about zombies. That's where it takes place. It takes place in a zombie world. If that makes sense. So I will leave my link to my profile down below, so you should check that out. And you should add me as a buddy, and I will add you as a buddy, because I love looking at other people's novels and seeing their progress, and it kind of keeps me motivated if people are beating me, that I'm like, oh, I have to catch up. Even though I'm on track, I have to catch up to these people. And I mean, it's going to sound bad, but when I'm beating other people, it makes me feel good about myself. And stick around if you'd like to hear the excerpt from my book. It is on my NaNoWriMo page, so you can just go read it yourself if you want to, but I like reading out loud. So I'm just going to read it from my phone. I have to go get my phone, but I'm just going to read it off my phone. So I'm not going to change my voice or anything when I read it, because it's a dialogue scene and it's a guy and a girl, and I'm not going to try and make my voice deep when the guy is talking, because it's just going to make it cheesy. So it doesn't cause any confusion or anything like that. When the guy is talking, I'll just put like a green circle right here or something. And then when the girl is talking, I will put a red circle. And when it's the girl narrating, there'll be nothing. So, yeah. Here we go. "I'm sorry," he said. "For what?" I wasn't actually curious. I just wanted to hear him say it. But he surprised me with his answer. "For killing your parents." I took in a sharp breath and closed my eyes. I felt him shift closer to me, and I let him. But I was afraid to open my eyes and look at him. I was afraid to open my eyes and be met with a pool of tears streaming from them, making it hard to see the person sitting less than a foot away from me. He put a hand on my left knee and squeezed it gently, before letting go and releasing a deep breath. "Can you look at me?" he asked softly. I slowly opened my eyes and looked into his, wondering if my expression matched the pain in his. "I know," I said slowly. "I know you're sorry." "I don't think you do. I mean, do you understand why I did it?" "I understand why you did it. I just don't understand why you didn't let me do it." "Because," he started, "I knew it would break you." "You didn't even know me." He sighed and scratched his beard. "I saw the look on your face when they turned. I saw you ready to strike, but hesitating. I knew you would do it. I knew you would. But I could see how much it would destroy you if you did it. They were your parents, and you were trying to convince yourself that it was okay to kill them. I could see it all over your face, all over your body language. It sucks having to kill your own family, even if a part of you feels like they aren't your family anymore. I've been there. I didn't want someone else to have to go through that too. But someone else killing them makes it feel like I could have done more. Why? What could you have done?" A single tear escaped and raced down my cheek, and I shrugged. They were gone. They were going to try and bite you or eat you or turn you, and the only thing you could have done was kill them or watch someone else kill them. Them dying was the only option. Or I could have run away, let them be zombies. He snorted, and I raised my eyebrows at him. "You weren't going to run away," he said. "No," I said softly. "But you didn't know that." "I did know that. That's my point." "Am I so transparent?" I asked slowly. "No," he said, shaking his head. "You're human." That is it. I hope you liked it. I hope you have fun with NaNoWriMo, and I hope I can think of a title for my book.